thought our defensive intensity in the second half created some points for us. I think Anthony Hickey really changed the game. Gave us a lot of momentum with his defense leading to easy shots for us. Thought the job we did on Thomas Gibson in the second half, thought Cobbins did a great job of stepping up and after he really hurt us in the first half, and Cobbins obviously was in foul trouble. But our defense really picked us up in the second half and created a little bit easier opportunities for us because Kansas State, if it's just, in the half court, they're very good defensively, very good, long, athletic, aggressive. And our defense allowed us to open the court up a little bit to get better shots. And, we just got to start playing better for 40 minutes rather than just, halves. But glad to get the win. And it's good to be 1-0 in the league.
The sequence of buckets that Anthony Hickey had in the beginning of the second half, do you feel that was kind of a shift in moment?
Yes, I do. I think his on-the-ball pressure was terrific. And we got a lot of deflections. Stat we keep, we had a lot of deflections first 4 minutes of the second half by Hickey and Jeff Newberry and a lot of guys. And that's an indication of how active we are. And we were very active in the second half. Again, that led to some easy baskets for us. And, Anthony Hickey, that's his job. As I tell him, that's on his resume. He's got to lead us defensively and kind of set the tone for us.
You had a nice little conversation with him when you pulled him out at the end of the game. Talk about what you're talking about with.
We're just talking about basketball.
Yeah. Coach, is that something you want to see from Hickey kind of earlier in the game, maybe? That energy that he brought?
Well, that would be great. That would be great. Something we talk about. No, it is something we've talked about. And we've talked about in the last couple of days. We've been playing in halves, and we've had a couple of games where we played for 40 minutes. We've had about 2 or 3 that we really liked, and we've talked about those games. And we just, in this league, you can't, you're not going to get by on that a lot of nights. But, we kept telling our team the last couple of days, in this league, you got to be close with 10 minutes to go in a game. Be close. And then the last 10 minutes, man, you got to figure something out. And that's going to be true for every team in this league, probably. Try to keep it close, keep it where you need to be, and let your defense create opportunities for you. And again, the first half was this game is very similar to our last game. We just offensively, first 4 or 5 minutes, we were both teams actually were just moving the ball, and it was both teams just were running their offense, and then we got away from it. I thought we got a little selfish at the end of the first half, taking some tough shots and turning the ball over, but. Second half came back and responded.
Halftime with only 3 guys scoring.
Unbelievable. I didn't realize it until I got the stat sheet. And now that can happen. We do need some other guys to step up besides Nash and Forte, and obviously Hickey gave us a good second half. He's capable of doing it. Cobbins got in foul trouble. He would have probably gotten us a few more baskets. We got to have some more guys step up. There's no question. It's something we've talked about.
Then in the second half, Hickey and Newberry both were during that. I think it was a 22-4 run.
Yeah.
They combined for a bunch of it.
Yeah. Again, defense created a lot of it, but we executed a little bit better. We talked about some things. We made a few adjustments at halftime on both ends that I thought helped our team a little bit. But Shine gave us a good first half, made some points. We got to have that though. We're looking for other guys to score, and we need some other guys to step up. He hadn't been scoring lately, but hey, tonight was his night. Newberry, I thought, played a nice game. But we need Cobbins in there. Our offensive flow isn't so good with him out in there. But more than probably him, we need the other guys to start understanding what we're doing as well. That might be the better deal.
What about where Michael Cobbins is in terms of he was out of sync tonight?
Yeah, he wasn't. He didn't seem like himself. He still seemed like he was a little under the weather, but he had a pretty good practice yesterday. But we've got some stuff going around our team right now. Everybody's got. Our locker room just sounds terrible. I can't even talk to them without guys sniffing and coughing and everybody. Phil, Hickey, Cobbins, they all got it right now. And I think Cobbins had the flu. He did. He tested for the flu. But yeah, when you get 2 quick fouls like he did, it's hard. It's hard to get back into the flow, but we've got to. He's such an important piece to our basketball team. But with that said, he did do his job. Thomas Gibson, I think, had 4 points in the second half. That's all we talked to Cobbins about is, come on, And then they came out in the second half, and he got him a couple. Got an offensive rebound right off the bat. Gibson did, and then Cobbins and I had another little conversation, and then he didn't get another one. So that was good.
You've seen the next 4 games.
No, I don't look at it, so I don't even want to talk about it. And then we have Iowa State Tuesday night at Hilton, so that's no easy one, to say the least. So.
Shine's three-point shooting, is that something that you knew
Yeah.
about? Okay.
Yeah,
So-
he can do that. He can do that. It's all for him. It's confidence, believing in himself, and maybe not even that. More of just, he's a little bit older, for a freshman. So we've told him he can really help our team. I've been high on him, but he's just hadn't found that next gear until tonight. He did a little bit, but you can't wait till you make a shot. You gotta. As I've told Hickey, it's amazing with Anthony Hickey when he's concentrating on defense, just locked in on defense, and that's all he's worried about. It's amazing how he makes shots. It's amazing how that works. And that's what happened to him in the second half. Man, he made a lot of big shots, getting after defensively. But Shine has that capability. What I liked is, he was in the corners, and we've been working on that, with guys, finding guys in the corner, and we found him. And that's a plus. And I think he probably caught them by surprise a little bit. We know guys aren't going to leave Forte and different guys, but you sneak a guy in there that hadn't played or hadn't made shots, they probably had him down as probably not a shooter. He has the ability to make some shots.
Talk about Forte. I mean, everybody's keen on him from the get-go, and he still somehow manages to get 20 points. I mean, Coach Weber was just talking about how he's just a feisty guy that just kind of scraps and gets open. I mean, just talk about the constant struggle for A, getting him open just scheme-wise, and B, just how he just presents himself on the court to get open.
Yeah, he, when you work as hard as he does, extra outside of practice, getting in the gym, good things are going to happen for you. You deserve it, and he deserves it as hard as he works extra. And he always is trying to evolve in his game, and I always tell you, he wants to always know what else can I do, how else can I score, because he knows people. He knows that everybody's going to be locked onto him when he comes off a screen. They're going to be there, and people are trying to put bigger guys on him, and we've been through all that. We know that. We run a lot of stuff for him. We do a lot of things to try to get him shots or play off of him. We've tried to use him a lot of times because people aren't helping off of him to screen and do different things, and he gets other guys open. But, he's kind of like LB. I tell Phil, I always want more from him. Even though he had 20, I thought there was he thinks he could have even done better. People switching out, especially bigger guys, he's got to take them on a little bit more. He's got to get inside that paint a little bit more and draw fouls, get to the free throw line more. When you shoot free throws as well as he can shoot them, you got to get to the free throw line, and we want him to get there more. But no, it's amazing to me that every team obviously is going to key on him, and then he still figures out a way sometimes to get his points. But that's a tribute to his teammates as well. They look for him. They obviously try to find him, and they know he can make shots.
What's it like from your point of view when he hits a buzzer beater like he did in the first half?
Oh, I think.
What does that do for your team, the guys on the bench or anything like that? I know the
It was
crowd.
early. It was kind of early in the game, so there was still a lot of game left. That was just one he just kind of threw up. That was a lucky deal, man. That was. You've seen guys throw it up, but he threw it up like behind his head or something. I don't know what he did, and it went in. But again, when you practice as much as he does, that ball goes through the hole sometimes. It just finds its way through the hole.
I know that you approach the next few games one at a time. That's the only way you can do it. But just talk about managing stretches of games like that and how you try to approach managing that.
Well, again, and it's the old cliche about managing it one at a time, and it is one at a time. No matter what happens the next game, we've talked to our team in this league. You can't get too high, you can't get too low. You win 2 or 3 in a row, you can't start thinking you've done something. You lose 3 or 4 in a row, you can't get down on yourself either way. But you still take it one game at a time, and you figure it out after the next game. Whatever happens, you figure out how you're going to handle the situation of what occurred. You won a big game. If you win a big game on the road, how are you going to handle it? How are you going to get them back? You make sure you're focused for the next one. You don't have success, then you got to handle it, and get a feel for your team. But you don't try to. We've talked to our team a lot about this league and the different swings it can take and different things like that, and you got to persevere in this league. You got to persevere. I mean, that's the name of the game. And do the best. And it is the oldest cliche probably in the books of one at a time, but I don't know of any other league that fits that same fits than this one. But I don't look too far ahead. You ask, I promise you, I don't know who we play after Iowa State. I know they're all. People keep telling me we play top four teams and all that stuff. I don't. I knew earlier in the deal, and I didn't know till just yesterday it was Iowa State until the coach got the scout said something to me about it. I try to do my best not to think about it because I do. I don't want my team thinking about it. We can't afford to do that. I do know it's a big stretch coming up. Now people have told me about it. But hey, it's the Big 12. They're all going to be hard. I don't know. I mean, they're all going to be difficult.
You to give your kids in stretches like this days off?
No, we're not getting any days off right now. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, there are no days off at this point. We're out of school, so we're getting back after it tomorrow. We won't practice hard, but we're getting back together at 3, and we'll go over this game. We'll cover things that we want to improve from and show them, and then we'll start on Iowa State tomorrow. We'll start. So now we haven't had any days off. Now, what I call day, we some days we just come in and watch film and lift weights. We did that after the Missouri game, but we watched the Missouri game that day. We watched the whole game. I thought it was a good game to watch for our team, to learn from the whole game. We lifted weights. We got some free throws. So a normal, when school starts, they'll have a complete day off once a week. But right now, we're going to use every advantage we can get to try to get them in there and get better, whether it be mentally or physically. So. Thank you very much.
Phil, just describe what happened in the first part of the second half where you guys sort of took over the game.
We just were able to get some stops and got out in transition, made some plays. Hickey making a steal. He got a layup. He got another steal, kicked it to Jeff. Jeff hit me in the corner, and so we were able to get some momentum, get the crowd into it, and then we just built off that. And I think that's what helped us separate the lead a little bit.
Talk about Hickey, just how he kind of seemed to be the catalyst to get you guys going in that first part of the second half.
Yeah, he just gets after it. On defense, he's really active, and he makes plays, and he was able to just get some of us in, key situations to succeed, and he just got us out in the break more, and we were able to get some easy baskets. And then, like I said earlier, we just got the crowd into it, and then got some momentum, and then we just kind of built off that and just kind of increased the lead as the second half went on.
Jeff, only 3 players scored in the first half for you guys, only 2 starters. And then you and Hickey come out early in the second half and sort of get engaged. Was there some talk about that in the locker room at all?
No, we really didn't talk about it much. We all knew that we needed to hit some shots and start making something happen. We knew if we played hard on defense that it would create the offense. So really just talked about coming out with some energy the second half, trying to get a lead going. We were at home. We knew the crowd would get into it, so that's what we emphasized on, coming back out.
Bill, what did K-State do in the first half that maybe did well against you guys?
I think their just aggressive defense pushed us out. Our offense was above the 3-point line for the most part, and so we just, in the second half, we came in, we just need to try to attack them and, get inside the paint and relieve some of that pressure, and I think we were able to get into the paint, make some passes to some shooters and then get out in transition, made some easy baskets, and I think that kind of helped relieve some pressure for us. And, like I said, we got some stops on defense, and then that led us into some transition opportunities, and that's when we're at our best. And then because we have so many guys that can make so many plays, and so then we just got the crowd into it, and I think that's what kind of helped us win.
Bill, the 3-pointer buzzer beater you had in the first half, did you have a good look at the bucket?
I didn't even really, I just saw the shot clock going down, and then so I just had to throw something up, and by the grace of God, it went in. So, it was just, I guess, shooter's luck. So I'll take it though. I don't know. It just went in. That's all I really have to say about it.
Stuff like that.
Just not really. I can't really say I practiced that shot, but the shot clock was going down, so I just had to throw something up, and I was hoping to hit the rim, and luckily it went in.
Jeff, can you talk about coming back from, you had the flagrant foul against you, and you stayed down for a little bit, but you had to get back up and you hit the shots. Just talk about that process.
Yeah, when I first went down, I banged my shoulder pretty hard. I didn't know if it came out of place or what, it was hurting, so I just got back up. I knew I needed to stay in with my energy that I was bringing right now. I knew I was playing well, so I tried to just hurry up and get back up before Coach came out. I knew it was immediate, so just trying to collect myself and go back out and knock the free throws down.
Was it tough to get yourself back in the mindset?
Yeah, it was tough because it was a lot of pain. So I just knew fight through it, go out there and try to knock the free throws down. And I knew if I couldn't shoot the free throws, then I would let coach know that I couldn't go back.
So is your right shoulder?
That's my left shoulder.
Left shoulder, okay. Has your mindset changed now that you're in the starting lineup?
To be honest, it's really the same. Like the way I come into games, if I'm starting or if I'm not starting, I'm really just trying to come in and be that lockdown defender. I know we had great scorers like Phil and LB that'll open up stuff for me anyway. I just have to knock down open shots. So, I mean, in that case, I'm just bringing the same mindset, coming in trying to do what I can to help the team starting or coming off the bench.
What is it that Jeff brings?
I think he just nailed it. Coming in from JUCO, he was known as a scorer, and the guy that could put up points. And he came in here and he just wants to do his best for the team. Like he said, whether it's guarding the best player or knocking down open shot. A couple games he's found me in transition. He could have shot it either way, but he saw me in the corner and kicked it to me. Just little things, and I think that just says a lot about him. And he just wants to win, and so he's just trying to do all he can to help us win. And the last couple of games that he's been playing really well, it's helped our team out a lot, and we really need him to keep this up because it's definitely helping out our team, especially when we get into conference play.
Have you looked ahead at the schedule at all? I mean, you've got 3 road games coming up, 3 of the top teams, and projected teams. So how important was today?
No, it is important. Obviously, you want to defend your home court. Last game against Maryland, we had a good crowd, and we felt kind of disappointed that we'd let the fans down. So, this time we wanted to come out here and make sure that we protected our home court. We had a good crowd out there today, so we just wanted to, kind of win for them, put on a show for them. So anytime they can come out and support us, we don't want to let them down. So that's what we were trying to do, just protect our home court, get off to a good start. And now, every game from now on is going to be a good one. So you have to put it behind you, enjoy it today, and then tomorrow start preparing for the next one. And that's why you come here, and that's what makes the Big 12 fun.
How do you get these young guys, the guys that are new, prepared to go into somewhere like at Iowa State like you do here in a few days?
Yeah, we just try to tell them, and at the end of the day, the goal's still 10 feet, and the court's still the same length, and so, the ball's still the same, and so we just try to tell them, not to worry too much about it, and just go out there and just play your role, do what you do that's best for the team. And if we just stick together and, play together, play hard, all the rest will take care of itself.
So you're sort of preparing a Hoosier speech for them.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully we'll have the same result as they had. So, but, it's just what makes it fun. The Big 12's fun, and going into hostile atmospheres like Iowa State, we have our hands full, but at the same time, that's what the Big 12 is about. And so we should go out there, have fun, and just leave it all out there.
What's the toughest place to play?
Obviously, you have Kansas, but Iowa State's right up there. Last year when they hit the shot to go into overtime, our film lost connection. Our camcorder guy lost the connection there, so that's how loud that place gets. And yeah, I'd say those two for sure. So, we definitely are going into a hostile environment, and, we just have to stick together and just play together, no matter what happens. They'll make a run, but we just have to stay together and, play together, play hard, and everything will take care of itself.
You get those 2 places here in the next 10 days or so.
Yeah, exactly. So, but that makes it fun. When you're a little kid growing up, you always hear Allen Fieldhouse, Hilton, and those are some of the loudest places in the country, and you just have to enjoy it, because, I only have less than 2 years playing here, and then who knows what. So you just have to enjoy it and just enjoy every moment you have because you never know what's going to be your last.